Nah, for real, they get fined if they are late to a stop. It comes out they check.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
So I can tell you, as a public transit bus operator, we encounter a lot of unique situations. One of those situations is encountering sideshows. At least that's what they're called out here in the Sacramento region.
You ain't lying.
Basically, a group of people with really fast, loud cars, they will take over an intersection, a portion of a street, and they will drive their cars really fast and erratically, and they will totally just disregard the actual traffic that needs to proceed. And sometimes the area that they choose to take over is also located on a bus route. So let's take a look at what this OCTA bus driver did when they encountered a sideshow on their route or at the end of their route.
Coming through. Yeah, that was close. Damn, bus driver don't care.
So I love how the bus driver waited.
Yeah, that was close. Damn.
You know, safety first, right? If it's safe and it's clear, then you're free to use that road. Technically, I've been in a similar situation before where there was a sideshow ahead of me. However, the sideshow had already been reported, so they had a detour for us so we can avoid the area. So one of the things about this video that I found really interesting is some of the comments that were made by people in the video or the person filming the video. They seem to have been upset at the bus for being where the bus was supposed to be. I think they felt as if the bus was interrupting their fun. The road is open for the public to use the way it's intended to be used, but you get upset if somebody comes through there. So the bus is trying to get through, and you heard someone like, wow, the bus driver just doesn't care.
Damn, bus driver don't care.
The entitlement, I tell you, the entitlement. It's interesting to see what people think about stuff like this, you know what I mean? So let's take a look at a few of the comments in response to this situation. This comment says, some people actually work for a living and want to get home. Next, I like how someone shouted, what you doing, my boy? As if the bus driver is doing something wrong. Exactly. They're upset at the bus driver for driving on a road that they are supposed to be driving on. Not in service. He on his way to the garage. He like, get the F out of the way. Yeah, probably at the end of service. Those guys usually have long, stressful shift. Well, they do in my city. So I understand why he's not putting up with these guys' BS. If I was the bus driver, I'm coming through if it's clear or not. No, please no. No, that is a wild comment. They said they're going to come through whether it's clear or not. Just running folks over, just crashing into folks with the bus. That is not what we're supposed to do. I understand you may want to teach them a lesson. And in a lot of cases, somebody does need to teach them a lesson, but not that way. That's not how they need to be taught a lesson. Also, when we're here at work driving the public transit bus, we are not here to teach anybody lessons, especially by crashing into them. That's not what we do. Bad comment. Bad comment. And I'm serious too. I know I'm kind of, lighthearted with it, but seriously, that's a no-go. No. Nah, for real, they get fined if they are late to a stop. It comes out they check. That man was not about to be late. Let's talk about that for a second. So I don't work or drive for OCTA, but in general, bus drivers do not lose money out of their paycheck for getting to a bus stop late. So the reason for that OCTA bus driver continuing to go, even though people were trying to have a sideshow, pretty sure that driver just wanted to get home because it looks like they were out of service. So like every bus stop is not a scheduled stop. Some routes may have hundreds of bus stops. They don't have a scheduled time for each stop. Typically, there is what's called a time point. So there are various time points throughout the route, but it's not like every single stop has a scheduled time. And if we don't get there at that scheduled time, money comes out of our paycheck. There's so many things that happen that are completely out of our control that if that were the policy, we probably wouldn't have much of a paycheck left. So that comment just really surprised me. I was like, there's really people that think that? That's wild. I had an issue with my bus. They sent someone out and they also sent me another bus. And this bus was surprisingly extremely clean, considering the fact that this is one of the oldest buses in the fleet. Yeah, I'm making myself dizzy right here. It's a 2600, so it's an Orion from 2006. It's currently 2023. So anyway, here's what it looks on the inside. And one thing I don't like is that the wheelchair securements are in this bin right here. So that makes it take longer to secure wheelchairs. But anyway, here's the exterior. Now you will hear the engine.
You can do that shit. Right along. Right along. Gracias. Déjame comer. Destruye esta mierda. Por favor. ¡Ya no puedo más!
Now for starters, if somebody sits on my bicycle rack like that, I'm not moving the bus, I'm pulling the brake. However, I don't know the full context and what all happened and how this person ended up on the bus like that, on the bike rack. But you know, this is just a good example of some of the foolishness that bus drivers and the people riding the bus as well deal with. Like, you can't plan for stuff like this. So I'm a bus driver and it's actually time for me to take a break. Here's the interior of my bus. Here's the exterior. And you can see this nice MCI commuter coach. I used to drive those back in the day. I'm driving the route 88. And yeah, since I have a break, I'm going to walk around, get out of the driver's seat. And that was actually a YOLO bus. I used to drive for them. But anyway, I'm going to continue walking around downtown Sacramento, getting some air. It's great to get out of the driver's seat when you're a bus driver. But headed right back to the bus because I have to serve the amazing people of Sacramento, California. Sometimes it makes me sad, but then I think about it and say, you know what? I'm blessed to have a job.
It is very important. I wanted to share a message with you today. It's very important for everybody on this bus to understand. The driver who operates this bus is a member of your community and respects you in the same way they would respect their own family. It is important to us, the union, that that same respect is given back to the driver. A lot of times the transit authority has done a masterful job at turning the general public against the people who operate the bus. If there's a shortage in service, if there are delays, it is directly correlated to transit's inability to provide you with better service. The driver just wants to make it home the same way he left, the same way you do. If the driver's not safe, neither are you. We have to find a way that we can work together and try to get a better transit system. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you giving the driver the respect.
I'm a real life bus driver, see? And I approve this message wholeheartedly.